Well, we're back. We're back, and it was great to meet with one of our clients, Daryl Arsenault, and obviously Jack Rod. Wow, 50 years this man never owned a horse. That's incredible, incredible. Anyway, we're going to run down the racehorses quick, both look at Jason's barn, Kevin's barn, what's going on in the middle. As you know, Cruising in Style raced poorly last night, not his fault. Anybody that watches races knew halfway down the backstretch something was wrong. The horse simply was a little bit sick, and he'll have to get over it like every other athlete that performs under the weather, and he'll be fine. So probably take him a couple of weeks, but we'll have him back at 100% soon enough. Canali Hanover, as you know, was in the States, came back, finished 5th the other day at Mohawk, raced really well, trotted a mile in 56, which was a huge improvement from the 59 in the Poconos the week before. So that was good. I think he'll be slightly even better this week. He's racing in Mohawk on Monday, I think. Monday. And then Lawmaker, of course. You're seeing this on Monday, so I'm very chipper right now. I don't know what's going to take place tonight. I'm hoping he'll race good. This is some of the toughest horses you're going to assemble as 3-year-olds. Sure, we had some good horses in New York last night. Fourth Dimension. The horse that when I got there, Tim Teacher, some trotter winning 52 and 2 on a 5/8 mile track. So you're going to see good horses everywhere all over the world right now. But these are some of the best ones tonight in the good times. We raced for 266. They have us 20-1 morning line, which is a bit deflating and a little bit ridiculous. You know, we were second in the fastest division last week, and the horse raced tremendous right off the shelf. Sure, Lawmaker doesn't look like he's going to beat Alarm Detector or Wolfgang, but at the same time, that's why we race the horses. So, geez, I can't believe the amount of owners that are here tonight from all over. Got some people from the Washington, D.C. area right now walking around looking at their horses. Just had another gentleman from New Jersey, Saratoga. It's a pretty good outing. Anyway, Lawmaker's going to do what he can do tonight. To say he can't win would be false. He can. To say he will would be low odds, but certainly better than 20-1, I think. So we're going to get what we can get tonight with Lawmaker. Remember, this is his second start of the year. Long year ahead of Lawmaker. So those are those three. Again, still touching on Redwood again. He finished 5th the other day. Still trying to find his way in the Ohio circuit. We do still own this horse. Dan Ader is the trainer of this horse. Dan's doing a great job. And I don't know if he's back in to go yet or not. I presume that he is this week. So that's happening. So we'll start with Jason. Jason McGinnis's barn was very, very good this week again. We have American League, who's racing tonight. Finished 4th on Tuesday in a straight condition race. Tonight he's in with the condition claimers. I suspect he'll be a little bit better. I think it's tonight. It might be tomorrow. Well, either way, it's yesterday or 2 days ago for you. So American League is racing. Boston Glide also racing Tuesday. We qualified him the other day in 59. He looked great. Looked fantastic. Skipped him up to the vet. Had those legs ultrasounded and looked at again. Much, much better. We put an old school blister on his front legs and gave him 3 weeks, and he has responded very, very well. Buckeye Babe unfortunately made the qualifying list the other day with I'd love to say uncharacteristic, but it's becoming characteristic. A break that I was not happy with and a little frustrated with. Fan the Flames had an abysmal outing. James took him back, got away last, and he didn't improve his position. So he's not really the type of horse you can get away last with, but I don't blame James. I mean, when you're a professional driver, you got the 10-hole, you look left, and everybody's leaving inside of you, and, you know, you do one of two things. You roll the dice and push them really hard, or you simply play the hand you're dealt. And make no mistake, James McDonald, brother or not, is a professional driver and very smart, and he did what he thought was right for the horse on that given night. We didn't check very close afterwards because he ate, but he may have been a little bit under the weather. He may have been a little sick. So we will race him. I noticed he did not get in Monday. Hopefully he gets in Thursday night, and we can race him Thursday night. Mystical Mission, a little bit of a screwed up race. He drew good this Monday coming. Last week, They went a quarter in 26 and 3, 26 and 4, half in 56 and 3. So they went the first quarter in 26 seconds, the next quarter in almost 30, and I got doubled up in a bad spot with him in 5th, and he made a break. He's smart and he's learning, but he gets a little claustrophobic sometimes. There was a horse coming on the outside of me. There was a horse in front of me. The flow jammed up. He just lost himself and made a break. Blame me if you want, but there's not much I could do. Peregrine Blue Chip obviously injured her foot 10 days ago. She's got to requalify when we do get her right. I haven't talked to Jason about her today. I see his car is here, so he is in the barn somewhere. I'll go in and ask him about Peregrine, but I would suspect midweek training mile at Mohawk, and then the following Tuesday likely qualifying her. Promise Blue Chip, I don't think she's in to go yet, but she will be in to go the first available box. She did not get in to go this week. He entered her and she didn't get in, so we'll have to pick our spot with her next week. You know, it's pretty simple. Put her in where she can win. I don't care where that is. Send her to Ottawa if we have to. Just get her in where she can win. Yes, wife?
Do you have any applications for Ohio?
No. You have to pull them off the internet. I have print cards for Ohio.
The guy that is here said you had some.
I have some print cards. I believe I took them in the house.
At home?
I think so.
I'll ask him.
Oh, wait. It might be right here. Those might be one set of fingerprint cards.
Nothing in here.
Then that's not it. Oh, they fell out. Right there.
No, he needs that. The owner's application.
Well, he definitely needs those because they have to go in those.
Okay, well,
the application, just take that. The application you can pull off the internet, he needs those though. There you go. So, where was it? Promise Blue Chip, yeah. Just put her in where she can win. I don't care where it is. Condition, claimer, Ottawa, Leamington. Just get her in where she can win. And that's going to be the name of the game with Promise. And hopefully, after she starts to win a little bit, she decides she likes it. Real Willie, racing great again. Drew outside all 3 of his last 3 starts. I had to bite a hole almost in my lip and drag him back to last again the other night. Last quarter, I believe, in 26 and 4, 27, a mile in 52 and 2. So Real Willie's rounding back into the horse we saw mid part of last year when he was racing well. Really, really happy with what I've seen with him. He draws inside. I gave you guys a little bit of bad information the other day. I told you to be very careful when betting 4 against Road Tripper, and he made a break, and he was not good. We found some spots on Road Tripper. Obviously, I thought Road Tripper's biggest issue was he was out of the race, or he was sick, or he was this, or he was that. He had a few little aches and pains. His knees were really bothering him quite a bit, and one lower hock. We had those issues addressed, and he will be back in to go next week sometime. I don't want to tell you to double down and have our clients losing more money, but I think it's inevitable that Road Tripper will win the maiden. So I did. I never bet, ever. But I did bet him the other day. I bet him to win. I sent somebody over with $50 to win on him, so I'm at $50 on Road Tripper also. Oh, well. It's not the end of the world. But he will eventually get there. So I don't like giving you guys bad information, but Real Willie, one second. Hey, Harry, you coming to Mohawk tonight? Why? You got something to do with the place with the thing?
What's going on?
I got a table if you want to come up. There's Harry Polton. Look, nobody's seen Harry Polton yet. They think you're a ghost. Look, just stick your head in the window there. There's Harry Polton. He's going to be training a bunch of horses in Ontario this summer. Are you coming out? We got a...
I'm not sure. I'll let you know.
So that's code for Harry for... No, I'm going to screen your call, not answer or text you back, and then tell you I fell asleep early. That's what that means. Anyway, I will call you and I will text you then in the next little while. Okay. All right. Yeah, thanks. Anyway, that's Harry, and Harry's going to be training most of our Ontario horses. Between Kevin and him, as you know, Jason McGinnis is going to Ohio. He's going to Ohio in about 2 weeks, him and his brother Kirby, to train our Ohio horses, our flagship trainer in Ohio for the summer. Harry was going to dust off his training suit. He's been hiding and lurking in the shadows all winter, and he is going to crack out his training suit and get some work done. So most of our, as you know, myself, my wife, and the kids are going to be touring around, driving in Illinois and Indiana and Pennsylvania, Ohio, and Ontario, obviously. But you know, we had to make sure. I'm not a very tactical, how should I say this, methodical person. So most of the stuff I do is very impulsive, if you will. But Harry, we've brought Harry on. We brought Harry on a long time ago, specifically for this role. You know, and Harry's timid because, you know, this game kind of beat him up. To be honest, I would tell, you know, truth be known, I think he'd tell you the same thing. Ground him up and spit him out, and he's back now, and he can see the talent that we have here in the Ontario barn, and I think everybody else can. And we need somebody competent, professional that can talk to people. Harry's probably one of the nicest people you'll ever meet. So, you know, we need somebody that when we're away, we can trust. Obviously, that you know, whether you're in Indiana, Ohio, Pennsylvania, or Ontario, or Illinois, or New York, or wherever, that our horses are being treated and trained the same way that our clients are accustomed to. So, it's important that we have somebody like Harry around. So you'll get to know Harry a lot more this summer. Hopefully we can get him out to the track tonight and sit down and have some fun before I race Lawmaker. So we're done Real Willie. Rose Run Speedster made a break last week. Jason entered him back in 72 hours, which wasn't his forte last time we tried that, but raced really well. Finished third at Mohawk the other night, raced great. Sally DeVee, you cannot get away last with this filly. You can't let her gap. You have to keep her interested, and every time you don't, she doesn't race good. So she got away 7th, and shockingly enough, finished 7th the other day. She's back in to go. I think Brett McDonald's down on her. He knows her a little bit better here. He trained her a couple of times, and I'm sure Jason will talk to him before the race, and I'll see him before then also. Zeppelin B's in a bit of a funk right now. Don't worry about Zeppy. Zeppy always finds his way out. He did this in the mid part last year of the summer, and then bounced back and raced well the rest of the year. So bit of a funk he's in right now, but Zeppelin B is he's a boxer, you know, and he can take some punches, and don't ever count him out. He's close to being back good. He's starting to pick his weight back up again, look good, feel good. I did not talk to Jason about how he is coming into the race, but I would assume he is fine. So Jason McGinnis had a good week. Boston Glide's back. Phantom Flames a little bit of a shitty race with him. Mystical Mission made a little break. Real Willie raced good. Rose Run Speedster was third. So I lied to you. He didn't have a fantastic week. He just had an okay week. But these horses are shaping up where he could have a breakout week again, break back out week again at any point. So that's Jason's barn. I'll be back in just a second with how Kevin did this week. He did do better. So we had a lead in. We met a couple of our clients. Met Harry Polton. We had a lead in with how the horses did. We finished up with Jason's barn. Now we got Kevin's barn. Kevin actually did have a good week. Booked a bet I just got beat with at the wire at Grand River in 56-2. Now I'm going to let the cat out of the bag. Kevin emailed me after the race and said, "Hey, what about the grassroots on Thursday for Book the Bet?" I haven't talked to Kevin directly about this because obviously I'm going to leave it up to him. My 2 cents. I'd never race her in a stake race again, not for the rest of the year. I mean, she can't pace 53 right now. The fact she paced 56 the other night in Grand River was great. I wouldn't say astonishing. She's fast. But she's a meat and potatoes horse. We got our one start in the grassroots, so that keeps her eligible to those overnight races that are written for grassroots type fillies in the fall if she comes forward. But I just as soon race her where she can win, and whether that be a condition claimer or a non-winners of 2 at Grand River or Clinton or Ottawa or even Mohawk, so be it. But I wouldn't be in a big hurry to get this filly back into stakes action. But then again, I'll defer to Kevin on this because he does train her. So that's Book the Bet. Beck's Pride is racing at Clinton this week, making his first start back after a short layoff. 3-4 weeks. We were trying to get some weight on him and get him trained up tight, get his legs moving a little faster. It seems as though it worked. Hopefully we'll see tomorrow how well it worked. Dancing at Midland, raced great. His first start back, finished third, pace 55. He's back in to go at George and Downs on Sunday, and I'm not sure who's driving him. I know I'm not. I'm going to be in Chicago driving Not an Angel and Ivanka. So Dancing at Midland, I don't know. Delmar J, we said goodbye to Delmar J twice this week. Sold him once, then the gentleman backed out, put him back up on the sale board. We were offered a tiny bit less, and rather than haggling and waiting, we sold him. I sold him for 7,300 American, which turned out to be around 9,500 Canadian. 70s. I get the check in my pocket. Anyway, around 9,500 Canadian without the HST on top, which is a little bit less than we were looking for. But since most of our clients don't have an HST number, it's not going to matter. So Delmar J is no longer with us. He is technically until Tuesday when we have his shipping papers, but he is going to New York. Facing Justice, just saw him on the track yesterday. Horse looked fantastic training. He's in to go Sunday. Kevin's happy about him. We got a qualifying race into him and then a training trip. I don't know how super tight he'll be tomorrow for Clinton, but and he drew the outside. And outside of Clinton, there's a pool in the first turn. You may as well stop and go swimming. His race out of the 7 hole in Clinton. That is a tough place to draw the outside for sure. So, Facing Justice, we hope does well, but it'll be great to get him back going. Trotting pretty good, so it'll be great to get him back going on Sunday. Happy holidays. I barbecued her a little bit the other night. I left out. I raced her as if I would have back when she was racing before. She's not ever as good on a half mile or on a 5/8 mile track as she is on a half. She got gobbled up a little bit and finished 6th. The one great thing about Happy Holidays is she's got a really short memory. She'll race terrible and then just come right out swinging the next week. So we did a little vet work on her this week, and she's in the amateurs now. Actually, a good young driver, Ben Hollingsworth, is going to drive this mare. He worked his whole life for an incredible horseman in Phil Pinkney, and Ben actually drove this filly last year. He's going to drive her again on Monday, and I suspect he'll do pretty good with her. Master Saver. Oh, I was sitting in New York last night, and he made a break, and I wanted to chew the steering wheel right off my car. And then Scott Coulter texted me and said the hobbles broke. So he had 2 wins coming in, and then the hobbles snapped last night in the middle of the mile, and he made a break. So it's certainly not Saver's fault. Pay the Line Blue Chip finished 3rd. Raced pretty good. First over is not really her forte. I try to shy away from first over when I can with her. Brett ended up first over with her, and she raced good. Finished 3rd, beat maybe a length and a half, 2 lengths. Stonebridge Hall got the job done last night. Was victorious. I was watching that from New York. Race great. What I loved about this horse, he almost made a break coming out of the first turn, but come right up trotting and get up 1 by nose. So congratulations for a patient group of people in the Stonebridge Hall group. I know that his hiatus was extended a number of times to make sure that he was 100%, and it paid off somewhat last night. Hopefully this is the start of great things to come from Stonebridge Hall. Tortola Sunrise, another horse we sold. Sold Tortola Sunrise to New York also this week. You know, I love Tortola Sunrise, and my wife's first 3 training wins of her life were all with Tortola Sunrise, so he had a special spot with her. But he just was finding it difficult to do in the 12 claimer, and we were offered 12. If you're offered claiming price and you're 50 to 1 going behind the gate in said claimer, you might want to sell him. So we did, and he left. Art Seeker is starting to piss me off. He's starting to act like a horse we used to have called Silversmith. Doesn't like equipment. I saw Kevin train him today. Actually, I saw him real good because I trained with him today. Looked like a different horse. We changed his shoes, let his hobbles out. Looked great. Now the rest is up to him. 90% of Art Seeker's issues are in his head. Like the Artistic Fella breed. Very close to banning that breed from the barn. Don't hate them. But they're all similar. They all have the same weaknesses when they shouldn't. So, not a preferred breed, but Art Seeker's at any point can break back out, and I hope he does. He looked good today, much better than I'd seen him in the past, in recent weeks and days. So, very, very happy with what I saw today. Very unhappy with what I saw recently from him. Hopefully he can turn it around. And then we got my big boy Road Tripper. Now, Road Tripper, I called on everybody, you know, like pointed to the fence like Babe Ruth and said he's probably going to win this week. Give yourself a chance and bet him. I did. And he made a break, but he wasn't going to win. He shouldn't have made a break because I was an idiot and I chased him off his feet to try and be 5th. At Mohawk. He wasn't comfortable. We had the vet in, did some work. His knees were really dry. One lower hock was really watery. Just maintenance stuff, but maybe stuff we should have done the week before. That's on me. Kevin had mentioned, I said, geez, he trotted so great. Why fool around with him? Well, that's why. Anyway, it's all done now. Works fine. Horses, you know, obviously, I pulled in, I saw a horse. I could tell because we had his feet rebuilt, so he's got fiberglass a little bit on the outsides of his feet to widen them out. He's a big, heavy horse, but he's got these really small feet. So we widened him out to allow him to absorb some shock. And I pulled into the farm, and I looked down, and here's this horse going wide open in the paddock. Nuts. And I could see the fiberglass on his feet, and I knew exactly who it was when I saw it. So road tripper definitely feeling better now. Race bad last week. Didn't race bad. He made a break. But rest assured, they can't hide for long. And he'll be in the winner's circle at some point in the near future. And he deserves to be. He's a war horse. I love that horse. So road tripper might have made a break the other day, and I apologize to you guys who lost your money. Maybe double down next week might be worth looking at. Anyway, that's Kevin's barn. That's Jason's barn. That's the lead-in. Gonna come right back real quick with the top 10 overall. Top 5 from this week. Top 10 overall. The horses that I'm really keeping an eye on that have really piqued my attention. Anyway, we'll be right back with all that, and then all the horses right after that.